violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. But I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, cyberspace? It's the Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
Tonight we're learning much more about the Hoover police officer shot on Sunday, as well as the man accused of opening fire on police, leading to that standoff. WVTM 13's Magdala Lusant joining us live in Hoover to tell us what charges that 31-year-old Bessemer man is facing.
Evan Lucas is facing 3 counts of attempted murder for allegedly firing 5 to 6 shots at a family on I-459.
Okay, so we got the super gremlin of the day, Evan Lucas. My man shooting at a family on the interstate, which is wild. This is in Alabama. You cannot make this stuff up. The road rage is a huge issue, which is not discussed enough. A lot of these dudes are doing drive-bys, okay, where they're going 60 miles per hour, feel like they getting cut off, and then they shooting at a family in a minivan, a soccer mom at that. So this is a huge issue, and it's really hard to police something like this, especially on the roads. So they did a good job at catching this guy, because you can just be riding, clap somebody, and then boom. But if there aren't enough highway patrol, then he could get away with it. So, I mean, it's just crazy that these guys are so upset on the road. It's different.
Hoover police say it all started at 11:25 Sunday morning on the northbound side. A man, his wife, and young son were in the car driving between Morgan Road and John Hawkins Parkway when they saw Evan Lucas allegedly point a gun at them. Shortly after that call, police found him at the Hills at Hoover apartment complex, where the standoff and shootout with police happened. The chief says one of the responding officers was shot in both arms. Neighbors in the complex shared this picture with us of an officer with blood pouring down his arms. The department is not telling us the officer's name, but the chief says he is a veteran with 12 years of experience under his belt.
I mean, that guy's a boss, getting shot in the arm. He's still walking. It doesn't even look like his arms went limp. I didn't want to give that too much screen time because YouTube be tripping about blood and gore. But this man decided to get in a shootout with the police in an apartment complex. I mean, these dudes are different. They really getting down in the South. You really have to be careful on these streets.
Half that time has been spent with Hoover PD. He's also worked at Birmingham and Dothan police departments.
I know what he did at the scene was phenomenal. He's getting shot, he's returning fire also, and then we had another officer that was on the scene that returned fire. Excellent job on their part, excellent job on everybody's part on the scene, and like I say, unless you're there, these things happen so fast, and the reaction that you take, hopefully the training kicks in, and I think.
And thank God that this officer was able to leave this situation with his life. Very close call, and it's dangerous out here in these streets for them, so they need to be given more credit.
It did in this particular case.
Oh, Magdala, I want to go back to the charges you mentioned. Do we know if more charges could be coming for the suspect?
Yes, more charges could be coming for Lucas. Those charges would be coming from Aaliyah, actually. We're still waiting for them to finish their investigation for the charges related to the shootout at the apartment complex. Now, there are 2 officers who are on administrative leave. One of those officers is the officer that was shot. So we're still waiting again for Aaliyah to release those charges, and once they do, we'll be sure to update you on air and online. We're live in Hoover this evening. I'm Magdala Lusant at WVTM 13.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Frederick Douglass, where a shooting just took place. And as you can see, it's pretty rough area. So I'm basically risking my life reporting on this madness. So make sure you do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Like the video, hell, share the video. And make sure you go ahead and leave a comment down in the comments section to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this son violence in the streets. I'm Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
Breaking news in Hoover, an update on an officer who was shot.
Tristan Rupert joins us live now. And Tristan, the chief talked more about what happened before that officer was shot.
That's right, Morgan. Chief Durzis recognizing or identifying the man as 31-year-old Evan Rashad Lucas. He apparently fired shots at a family on I-459 North on Sunday afternoon and then fired at a Hoover police officer that later that very afternoon. Now, we're just now getting his driver's license photo released to us. Take a look on your screen now. This is the man.
I mean, these dudes are crashing out every day. Every single day. The crash out is real, y'all. These super gremlins are on demon time.
Who's apparently being charged with attempted murder. And that's all because of the shooting that took place on I-459. His bond has now been set at $1.5 million. He's got 3 different charges. And of course, he then fired at law enforcement officers. That was perhaps one of the things that got the most attention on Sunday afternoon. 2 Hoover police officers did fire back, striking Lucas in the arm. That's when officers said he ran back inside the Hills at Hoover apartment and a standoff began. We learned later that, of course, law enforcement hostage negotiators used information provided to them by his loved ones and family members to convince him to come outside. And
wow, so thank goodness his family cooperated with the police. You know, maybe they understood that he was going through mental health issues, quote unquote, and they helped bring him to justice. So I would consider that, you know, assisting in the policing of your own. So shout out to the family.
Seek medical treatment to surrender peacefully. We actually got viewer video of that on your screen now. Take a look for yourself. This is something that we captured exclusively or shared exclusively with us. And of course, when we were able to speak with the chief later today, or earlier today, I should say, about an update on his officer, here's what he had to say.
He's doing well. He's going to see a trauma specialist either today or tomorrow. But he was released that day. He took rounds through both arms, but I would say a miracle that those bullets went right through without hitting any bones, really hit anything. It was just straight through, in and out, and which is an incredible situation. That
yeah, that's a miracle, man. It's a miracle.
But it didn't affect any more than that.
The officer is a 6-year veteran of the Hoover Police Department. Prior to that, he was in Birmingham's police department. He's a father of 3, and he's currently on the mend. Now, more charges could follow in this case. We'll update you as we know more. But, of course, Aaliyah is still working to investigate and get further answers. Reporting in Hoover, Tristan Rupert, WBRC, Fox 6 News, on your side.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
So it is what it is.